In this video I'm going to explain the wall guard system. If you like the video, make sure to like the video. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, of course subscribe and hit the bell. So first we're going to talk about how the system is measured and what length each guard is supposed to be. Then I'll explain how they can be used to blend, and I'll show some video examples. Okay, so first off, there's 10 guards to make a full set. Alright, this includes 2 filler guards, which are the half guard and the 1.5 guard. Then there are 8 standard guards, which are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The 1 guard is 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And the number 8 guard is 1 inch. Okay. So basically, the increments go up in 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So this will be 1/8 of an inch. This will be 2/8 of an inch, or a quarter, right? So 1/4. This will be 3/8, 1/2, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and of course an inch, like I said. Blending from the 2 guard up is pretty easy. It's basically just attaching the guard to the clipper. Okay, so closed position is 0. You have the 2 guard on. And so it's just basically using the 2 guard, opening it, using it, and then blending directly into the 3 guard. Okay. Now from the 3 guard to the 4, and then to the 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, no lever is needed in my opinion. All right. It blends in pretty easily just with the guards. Now, the only really complicated part to the guide system is from the 2 guard down. Okay, so we're going to get rid of these other guards and focus on these 4. Now, in order to understand the entire system, we first need to understand how the lever of the clipper works, because it's going to play a big role in determining the length of the guard that we're using. Okay, now when we have the blade of the clipper in a closed position, we are at 0. And when we have the blade of the clipper open all the way, it's at 1/2, which is equivalent to the half guard. Okay, and so this blade open all the way is the same thing as this half guard. Okay, so if this is a half and this is a 0, right? If we open it halfway, we consider that a quarter. Okay, so 0, quarter, half. And again, this blade open is equivalent to a half guard. So if we have the clipper blade open, right, and we have a half guard and we have a half here, when we add these together, we equal a 1 guard. So half plus half equals a 1. Now, while I still have this guard on, if I were to close the machine halfway, so have the blade halfway open, not at the closed position and not at the open position, halfway open, and I would add the half guard on, this is considered 3/4, because we have half guard here and we have quarter here, not 0 and not half, we have quarter. So quarter plus half is 3/4. Okay, and this sits perfectly that combination sits perfectly in between the half and the 1 guard, okay? So if we're ever having troubles blending from the lever open, which is a half, into the 1 guard, we can use this guard halfway open in order to remove any lines that are there. All right, now, if we take our clipper, and we attach the 1 guard at the 0 position or the closed position, we have a 1. If I were to extend the blade to the open position, which is half, then we have a 1 plus a half, and in this case we'd have a 1.5, which would be equal to the 1.5 guard. All right. If I were to remove this guard and attach the 1.5 guard with the blade in the closed position, so I would start off in the same position that I left this one off into. All right. Now the 1.5 guard in the open position, which is half, so 1.5 plus half would equal a 2 guard. Now, sometimes when we're blending, we try to blend the 1.5, which is the 1 plus the half, into the 2 guard, but sometimes there's a line that's left over. Okay, and now in order to remove that line, we use the 1.5 guard. We use the 1.5 guard half open, and it sits right in between. That combination sits right in between the 1.5 and the 2 guard, right? And we'll remove any line that is there. So, just to explain a little bit further, and so you guys really understand it, all right? The guard system is based off an inch, all right? So an 8 being an inch long, right? And then the 1 being 1/8 of an inch, the 2 being 1/4 of an inch, the 3 being 3/8 of an inch, the 4 being half an inch, 5 5/8, 6 3/4, 7 7/8, and 8 again 1 inch, all right? The half guard, okay, will be 1/16 of an inch, right, which is half of 1/8, okay, so it's half of the 1 guard, and the 1.5 guard will sit right in between the 1 guard and the 2 guard, okay. And again, when we open the lever, okay, we have a half and we have a 0, right? So when we attach the, let's say, 1.5 guard onto the clipper at the 0 position, we're still at the 1.5 or 3/16, right? But if we open the clipper all the way, then we are at the 2 or 1/4. Okay. Now, if we open it halfway, we don't close it all the way, and we don't open it all the way. If we open it halfway, then we'll sit right in between the 3/16 and the 3/4 and the 3/16 and the 1/4 to blend out any little line that we have there. Okay. Same thing goes for the half guard and the 1. If we have our blade halfway open and we attach the half guard, well, we are not at half guard anymore, but we also don't reach the 1 guard. We're sitting directly in the middle of the half guard and the 1 guard.